Hello students, welcome to our channel Learning Notebook. In today's video, we will learn about fractions. So let's see what all topics we are going to cover today in this video. What is fraction? Equivalent fractions, simplifying fractions in simplest form, like, unlike fractions, proper and improper fractions. Then we will learn about ordering and comparing fractions, and in the end we will learn how to add and subtract like fractions. So let's start and first understand what is fraction. Fraction means a part of a whole. Let's take an example. Consider an apple as a whole. Now, if you give half of this apple to your sister, then half of the apple remains with you, and each of this part is called fraction. Fraction is written in the form of numerator upon denominator, or we can say n by d. So what is denominator? It is total number of equal parts the whole is divided into. So in the example of apple, denominator would be 2 as the apple was divided into 2 equal parts. Now what is numerator? Number of equal parts taken into consideration for a particular case is called as numerator. In the same example, the numerator would be 1. So our fraction would be 1 by 2. Now let's understand what is half, 1/3 and quarter. When the whole is divided into 2 equal parts, each part is called half. Half is written as 1 by 2. And do remember that 2 halves make 1 whole. So it means 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 equals to 1. Now let's see what is 1/3. When the whole is divided into 3 equal parts, each part is called 1/3. And 1/3 is written as 1 by 3. So it also means that 3 1/3s make a whole. It means 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 equals to 1. Now let's see what is 1/4 or quarter. When the whole is divided into 4 equal parts, each part is called 1/4 or quarter, and it is written as 1 by 4. 4 1/4s make 1 whole. So it means 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 equals to 1. Now let's do some related exercise. Write the fraction for shaded part. Look at this triangle. It is divided into 3 equal parts. So denominator would be 3. And shaded part is 1. So numerator would be 1. Therefore, the fraction for the shaded part is 1 by 3. Now let's do the fraction for next figure. This figure is divided into 4 equal parts. And the shaded part is 1. So the fraction for the shaded part would be 1 by 4. Now let's see the next figure. It is divided into 8 equal parts and shaded parts are 3. So the fraction for shaded part is 3 by 8. Students, for more examples, you can refer to our separate video called Fractions Introduction. The link to this video is here on the top and in the description box. Now, let's understand what is equivalent fraction. Fractions which represent same portion of whole are called equivalent fractions. Let's understand it with the help of an example. The fraction for the shaded part in first circle is 1 by 2. The fraction for the shaded part in second circle would be 2 by 4. Can you tell me the fraction for shaded portion in the third circle? Yes, it is 3 by 6. And for fourth circle, the fraction is 4 by 8. So students, did you notice that the colored portion of all the 4 circles represent same portion of whole? Such fractions are called equivalent fractions. Now let's understand how to make equivalent fractions. We can make equivalent fractions by multiplying or dividing numerator and denominator by same number. Let's understand this with the help of examples. Suppose we are given with a fraction 1 by 2 and we have to write its equivalent fraction. So for this, we will multiply both numerator and denominator by same number, let's say 2. So 1 into 2 equals to 2 and 2 into 2 equals to 4. So 2 by 4 is an equivalent fraction for 1 by 2. Now, suppose we have to write one more equivalent fraction of 1 by 2. So what will we do? We will again multiply both numerator and denominator by same number. Let's say 3. So 1 into 3 equals to 3 and 2 into 3 equals to 6. So 3 by 6 is another equivalent fraction of 1 by 2. So in this way, we can find more equivalent fractions of 1 by 2 by multiplying numerator and denominator by same numbers like 4, 5, 6 and so on. Now let's take another example. The fraction is 1 by 7 and we have to find its equivalent fraction. So let's multiply both numerator and denominator by same number, let's say 5. So 1 into 5 equals to 5 and 7 into 5 equals to 35. So 5 by 35 is an equivalent fraction of 1 by 7. Now let's see next example. We will find equivalent fraction of 9 by 21, but this time by dividing. So let's divide both numerator and denominator by same number, let's say 3. So 9 divided by 3 equals to 3 and 21 divided by 3 equals to 7. So 3 by 7 is an equivalent fraction of 9 by 21. So students, this is how we make equivalent fractions either by multiplying or by dividing the numerator and denominator by same number. For more examples, you can refer to our separate video, Equivalent Fractions. You will find the link to this video in the description box. Now the next topic is simplifying the fractions. Simplifying the fraction means reducing the fraction to its lowest form. So let's see how to simplify the fraction. Divide numerator and denominator of fraction by common factors till the fraction is in lowest form. Let's understand this with the help of few examples. The given fraction is 21 by 63. Now, students, as you can see, this fraction is not in its simplest form because 3 is a common factor of both numerator and denominator. So, to reduce this fraction in its simplest form, we will divide both numerator and denominator by common factor 3. So, 21 divided by 3 equals to 7 and 63 divided by 3 equals to 21. So, we get 7 by 21. Now, again look at this fraction carefully and you will find that 7 is a common factor between numerator and denominator. So, let's again divide this fraction by 7. 7 divided by 7 equals to 1 and 21 divided by 7 equals to 3. Now, we get 1 by 3. Is there any common factor between 1 and 3? No. So, now this fraction is in its simplest form. Now, let's see another example. The given fraction is 40 by 48. Now, what is the common factor between both of these? It is 2. So, let's divide both numerator and denominator by 2. We get 20 by 24. Again, if you notice, 2 is a common factor between numerator and denominator. So, again we will divide by 2. We get 10 by 12. Now, is there any common factor between numerator and denominator? Yes. Again, it is 2. So, let's divide by 2 again. And we get 5 by 6. Now, students, there is no common factor between numerator and denominator. So, 5 by 6 is in its simplest form. Students, we can also reduce the same fraction 40 by 48 by dividing numerator and denominator by 8. Or you can divide numerator and denominator by 4 first and then divide by 2. We will get the same answer in all these cases as 5 by 6. For more examples, you can refer to our separate video, Simplifying Fractions. You will find the link to this video in the description box. Now, our next topic is like fractions. So, what are like fractions? Fractions which have same denominator are called like fractions. For example, 1 by 7, 2 by 7 and 5 by 7. These three are like fractions because they have same denominator 7. Now, what are unlike fractions? Fractions which have different denominator are called unlike fractions. For example, 1 by 7, 2 by 8 and 2 by 9. These are unlike fractions because they have different denominator 7, 8 and 9. Now students, let's understand how to compare like fractions. Since in the like fractions, the denominators are same, so we just need to compare their numerators. For example, there are two like fractions, 2 by 7 and 5 by 7. We have to compare them. Since they have same denominators, so we will just compare their numerator. 2 is less than 5. So fraction 2 by 7 is less than fraction 5 by 7. Now let's see the next example. Circle the smallest and greatest fraction in this group. So here we are given with 4 like fractions and we have to find the smallest and greatest fraction. As I told you, in like fractions, the denominators are same, so we just need to compare their numerators. The smaller the numerator, the smaller is the fraction. Here, the smallest numerator is 3. So, smallest fraction will be 3 by 11. In the same way, the greater the numerator, the greater is the fraction. So, the greatest numerator is 9. So, greatest fraction is 9 by 11. So, students, we have learned how to compare like fractions. Now, see how to order like fractions. Arrange the following in ascending order. So, we are given with 3 like fractions, 5 by 7, 1 by 7 and 3 by 7. And we have to arrange them in ascending order. Here, the smallest numerator is 1. So, smallest fraction is 1 by 7. Next is 3 by 7 and then we have 5 by 7. So, now I am sure you must have understood how to compare like fractions and how to order like fractions. Now let's see how to compare unlike fractions. Students, since in unlike fractions the denominators are different, so we will use cross multiplication technique to compare unlike fractions. So let's see what is cross multiplication technique and how to use it to compare unlike fractions. Let's compare two unlike fractions, 2 by 5 and 3 by 8. Since these are unlike fractions, so their denominators are different. So we just cannot just compare the numerators. Instead, we will use cross multiplication technique. So students, look here carefully. In the cross multiplication technique, we will first multiply 2 by 8 and then 3 by 5. So 2 into 8 equals to 16 and 3 into 5 equals to 15. Now since 16 is greater than 15, so fraction 2 by 5 is greater than fraction 3 by 8. Let's see another example. Compare 4 by 7 and 6 by 9. Again, to compare these two unlike fractions, we will use cross multiplication technique. So first, we will multiply 4 by 9 and then 6 by 7. 4 into 9 equals to 36 and 6 into 7 equals to 42. Now since 36 is less than 42, so it means fraction 4 by 7 is less than fraction 6 by 9. So students, I am sure you have understood how to compare unlike fractions. Now let's learn how to order unlike fractions. Arrange the following in ascending order. We are given with 4 unlike fractions and we have to arrange them in ascending order. Here, look at these fractions. These 4 fractions have same numerators but different denominators. Since the numerators are same, we will just compare their denominators. Greater the denominator, the smaller is the fraction. So here denominator 7 is greater than 5, 5 is greater than 4 and 4 is greater than 3. So this means fraction having denominator 7 is the smallest fraction. Next, fraction with denominator 5 is greater than fraction 2 by 7. In the same way, fraction with denominator 4 is greater than fraction 2 by 5 and in the end, fraction with denominator 3 is greater than fraction 2 by 4. So students, while ordering unlike fractions with same numerator, do remember that greater the denominator, the smaller is the fraction. Let's do one more example. Arrange the following fractions in descending order. So we are given with 4 fractions, 1 by 4, 1 by 7, 1 by 2 and 1 by 9. And we have to arrange them in descending order. Here, again notice carefully that all the fractions have same numerator but different denominators. So let's just compare their denominator. But remember that smaller the denominator, the greater is the fraction. Here we have to arrange in descending order. It means we first have to find the greatest fraction. Greatest fraction will be the one which has smallest denominator. And students, look carefully. Smallest denominator is 2. Therefore, greatest fraction is 1 by 2. Next, denominator 4 is greater than 2. So, it means fraction 1 by 4 is less than 1 by 2. Then, denominator 7. It is greater than 4. So, it means fraction 1 by 7 is less than 1 by 4. And next we have denominator 9, which is greater than 7. So, fraction 1 by 9 is less than fraction 1 by 7. So, we have arranged the unlike fractions in descending order. So, students, now I hope you have understood how to compare and order unlike fractions. For more examples, you can refer to our separate video, like and unlike fractions. The link to this video is in the description box. Now our next topic is proper and improper fractions. Let's first understand proper fractions. Look at this figure. It is proper for the large person to hold up the small person. So, in the same way, 3 by 8 is a proper fraction because it is proper for the large number to hold up the small number. So, students, it means fractions which have numerator less than the denominator, they are called as proper fractions. For example, 2 by 5, 4 by 7 and 9 by 11. These all are proper fractions because their numerator is less than their denominator. Now let's understand improper fractions with the help of this figure. Here it is improper for the small child to hold up the large person. So 8 by 3 is an improper fraction because it is improper for the small number 3 to hold up the large number 8. So fractions which have numerator greater than the denominator, they are called as improper fractions. For example, 6 by 5, 9 by 7, 16 by 11. All these are improper fractions because their numerator is greater than their denominator. Now let's understand what are mixed fractions. Fractions which have two parts, a whole number, followed by a proper fraction are called mixed fractions. For example, fraction 1 2 by 7. Here 1 is the whole number and fraction 2 by 7 is a proper fraction. So 1 2 by 7 is a mixed fraction because it has two parts, a whole number and a proper fraction. Now students, let's do a small exercise. Tell if the given fraction is proper, improper or mixed fraction. First given fraction is 7 by 4. So here the numerator, which is 7, is greater than the denominator 4. So which fraction is this? Yes, it is an improper fraction. Next given fraction is 5 by 9. Here numerator 5 is less than the denominator 9. So this is a proper fraction. And the last given fraction is 1 3 by 4. This fraction has two parts. First, there is a whole number 1 and then there is a proper fraction 3 by 4. So it is a mixed fraction. For more examples and more explanation, you can refer to a separate video called Proper, Improper and Mixed Fractions. You will find the link to this video in the description box. Now let's learn how to convert improper fraction into mixed fraction. Question is, convert 13 by 7 into mixed fraction. So here students, we are given with an improper fraction 13 by 7 and we have to convert it into mixed fraction. For this, we will follow two steps. In step 1, we will divide and find the remainder. So let's divide 13 by 7. 7 into 1 equals to 7 and 13 minus 7 equals to 6. Our step 1 is complete. Now let's move to step 2. Write in the form of Q R by D, where Q is the question, R is the remainder and D is the divisor. So here the question is 1, remainder is 6 and the divisor is 7. So students, we have converted this improper fraction 13 by 7 into mixed fraction 1 6 by 7. So this is how we convert improper fraction into mixed fraction by following two steps. Now let's see how to convert mixed fraction into improper fraction. Question is, convert 1 3 by 5 into improper fraction. So here we are given with a mixed fraction 1 3 by 5 and we have to convert it into an improper fraction. First, students, always remember that denominator in both these fractions would always be same, which is the divisor. Now, to find the numerator, we will multiply divisor by quotient first and then add remainder to it. So here divisor is 5, quotient is 1 and remainder is 3. So we get 5 into 1 plus 3 upon 5, which is equals to 5 plus 3 upon 5 and 5 plus 3 equals to 8. So we get the improper fraction as 8 by 5. So this is how we have converted a mixed fraction 1 3 by 5 into an improper fraction 8 by 5. For more examples, you can refer to our separate video called How to Convert Improper Fraction into Mixed Fraction and vice versa. The link to this video is available in the description box. Now, let's move to our last topic, adding and subtracting like fractions. First, let's learn how to add like fractions. Students, as I told you, like fractions have same denominators. So, to add like fractions, it is quite easy. We just add their numerators and their denominator remains the same. And then we reduce the fraction to its simplest form. Let's take an example. Add fractions 17 by 33 and 5 by 33. So to add these two like fractions, we will just add their numerators. So 17 plus 5 equals to 22 and the denominator 33 remains the same. So we have got the fraction as 22 by 33. But students, have a look at this fraction carefully. You will find that 11 is a common factor between numerator and denominator. So let's simplify this fraction. And we get the answer as 2 by 3. So this is how we add like fractions. Now let's see how to subtract like fractions. We subtract like fractions in the same way as we did the addition of like fractions. It's just that instead of addition, we will subtract the numerators. The denominator remains the same and then we reduce the fraction to its simplest form. So let's take an example. 1 4 by 9 minus 7 by 9. Here, the fraction 1 4 by 9 is a mixed fraction. First, we have to convert it into an improper fraction. So, convert it. 9 into 1 equals to 9. 9 plus 4 equals to 13. So, we have converted the mixed fraction into improper fraction as 13 by 9. So, now let's subtract these two like fractions. For this, we will just subtract their numerators. So, 13 minus 7 equals to 6. So, we have got the fraction as 6 by 9. Now, both numerator and denominator has a common factor 3. So, let's simplify this fraction and we get the answer as 2 by 3. So, this is how we subtract like fractions. For more examples, you can refer to our separate video called Adding and Subtracting Like Fractions. The link to this video is in the description box. So students, here are the topics which we have covered in this video of fractions. I am sure you have understood all the concepts easily. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.